So in this video, I'm going to show you how to make a very quick and very tasty vegetable stock. A brilliant thing to be able to make, a base for soups and stews, risottos and lots of other dishes. We speed the process up by grating our vegetables. It should take around 10-15 minutes to cook. The base of our stock is some grated onions. Just peeled them, grated them on the box grater. Some peeled and grated carrots that bring sweetness to the stock. And some grated celery. These are the three basic stock vegetables that you use in chicken stock and beef stock, fish stocks. We're then going to add some extra flavours using some fresh herbs. So we've got a little bit of parsley and chervil, just a little bit of sage in there, tarragon, and we've got some aromats as well. We've got some black peppercorns, touch of star anise, a bit of garlic going to go in there. So I've got my pan, it's warm on the stove, and I'm going to add a touch of oil. Now I'm using olive oil, but you could use a little bit of sunflower oil or rapeseed oil. We just want enough to coat the bottom of the pan, and the first ingredient we're going to add is our onions. Okay. This is the sound we want to hear as we cook the onions. They're sweating, they're not boiling. And so what's happening is the sugars in the onions are starting to caramelise. We're starting to get more depth of flavour. A good stock is all about building layers of flavour. So we'll cook the onions for a couple of minutes, and in there we're just going to, I've peeled my garlic cloves and I'm just going to chop them up. And pop them in the pan also. The pan's on a medium heat in this induction hob, so the same for gas and electric. One for the dog. Or chickens here in the farm actually. Okay. Already we start to get these beautiful aromas coming off this. I remember as a child, Saturday morning was the big day of cooking, that my mother used to prepare all the meals for the week. And I used to come downstairs and there was always two soups on the go, and vegetable soup was always there, so this is bringing back a lot of very nice childhood memories. I hope that the Good Food Club has started to create some of those memories for people cooking at home with their children. So we're going to add in our grated carrots. It's very quick. I'm going to turn the heat up a little bit just to get it working. Okay. We don't want any colour on our vegetables. We just want to take the harshness off the onion and just start to release the sweetness of everything. Okay. We're now going to pop in our celery. We could use celeriac as well, it just brings a nice freshness. I'm just bringing that together. And then I'm going to add a nice bunch of parsley here. Now we don't really need the whole thing, so we'll just use the stalks for this. They just add a bit of depth of flavour and freshness. So we'll just pop them in, and we can finish it with parsley or save it for another dish. And a wee bit of chervil we'll pop in there. Smells great. Okay, I've got 2 fresh bay leaves, but dry bay leaves will be fine. A little bit of this tarragon, delicate aniseed flavour. And because we're using tarragon, I'm just going to add a little bit of this beautiful star anise, great spice. You could be adding a bit of rosemary or thyme, or we could be going down a more exotic oriental route by adding toasted coriander seeds, like kaffir lime leaves. We just want to make quite a base stock here. Okay. Add a few black peppercorns. Just get this out of the way. And now I'm going to add just a pinch of salt. Now we're not seasoning it, we don't want it to taste salty, or you just want to add a pinch of salt. It just helps to draw the flavours out of your bones, or in this case the vegetables. Just a tiny amount. Okay. And the last thing we're going to add in at this stage is just some water. Now if you really want to speed the process up, boil the kettle and pop it in there. We're always taught with stocks that you want to start with cold water because as the water heats up, it draws the flavour out of the vegetables. Just dependent on time. So I've got some water that's just at room temperature here. Okay. Now you will be getting this recipe over the next few weeks for one of the dishes. And now I'm going to put it onto a high heat, bring it up to the boil, turn it down to a simmer and cook it for about 5 to 10 to 15 minutes. It's slightly dependent on how thick your grating is. When the vegetables are just soft, your stock is completely ready. So our vegetable stock's now been cooking for around 10 minutes and I think we're ready to strain it off. So I can tell because one, the aroma, it smells a bit more cooked. It's not got that raw onion aroma anymore. And also the vegetables are just tender. You can see the carrot just falls to pieces. So I just get a bowl and a sieve. We just want something to collect the vegetables as the juice drains through. And just really carefully strain it off. Now you could just season this up, bit of salt and pepper, maybe some chopped herbs in there, and you've got a lovely soup. But we're going to use this stock for one of our other dishes. So in your sieve you can just give it a tap to get all those nice juices out. You can see that lovely aroma as well. The colour comes from the carrots. And the last one. All this stuff is edible. You could chill it down, you could put it into as a base for a stew or something. I'll probably feed it to the chickens or the pigs. Okay. So there we have a very quick 10-minute vegetable stock. Now we could chill that down and freeze it, or we could use it in lots of different dishes. So give it a shot and I look forward to see you in the next video.